Hello students, welcome to Fun Scholar. So today we are going to discuss the chapter or the topic called perimeter and area. This one is a very common topic and I have already discussed this for CBSE class 7 students, and today I am going to discuss this about CBSE class 6, but it will be beneficial for all of the students. So you guys can watch. Okay, so let's start. So the chapter called area and perimeter, and this chapter you have been studying for from class 4. Okay, so first of all, so we have to recall some things which we have studied in our previous classes. Just like look around you and spot objects that look like a square and rectangle. Do you know how to find their area and perimeter? So currently I have two objects which looks like square and rectangle, that is this one is looking like a square and this one is looking like a rectangle. So they are asking us that do you know how to find their area and perimeter. So in this topic today we are going to learn about this. Okay, so let's learn this. So area is this and perimeter is this. In short, if I select this square, so the perimeter will be these squares all around the square. Okay, so for this square is very much smaller than this box. The perimeter will be the boundary or the border. Okay, and the area will be the whole inside part of this border. Okay, for this one the perimeter will be this boundary part and the area will be the inside all total area part. Okay, we will go further and discuss it about that what are the different properties of this. Okay, so let's go. So perimeter is the total distance around the outside of a 2D shape, and area is the amount of space inside a 2D shape. And talking about 2D and 3D shape, I have two different objects, that is this one will be a 2D shape, this one is a square, and this one is a cube, that is a 3D shape. We will don't discuss about that much 3D in this topic because this is for the higher classes. So just understand that this one is a 2D shape and this one is a 3D shape, and for 2D shapes perimeters are the total distance around the outside of a 2D shape and area is the amount of space inside a 2D shape. Okay, let's go further. That is perimeter of a rectilinear figure. Okay, so perimeter in short, that is the sum of all the sides. Okay, so currently we are having a rectilinear figure having the sides or the boundary of 7 cm, 3 cm, 4 cm, 2 cm, 3 cm and 5 cm. So the perimeter of this figure will be, we have to add all of them and write the answer. To add them and write the answer, that will be 20 cm. So formula of a perimeter of a rectilinear figure is sum of all the sides of a rectilinear figure. And why they are calling it rectilinear? Because up to it is the sum of two different figures, that those are rectangles. It is 3 cm, it will also be 3 cm. If this one 3 cm, this one will be 4 cm. If this one is 4, this one will also be 4. This one is 3, this one will also be 3. If this one is 3, it will be 2 and it will be 3. If you want to break it down, it will be looking like this. But we have been told all the length of its boundary, so that's why we have just added them to find the perimeter or the sum. Okay, let's go next. Okay, so square. So first they have telling us some properties of square, that is a square has 4 equal sides, has 4 right angles, all parallel sides having equal measures. All sides of a square are equal. So for us, if we want to break it down, so we can see that it has 4 sides, okay, or 4 equal sides. For the practical example, if this one is a square, you can see, or you can just assume that it has all the sides are as equal. Okay, so a square has 4 sides and all the 4 sides are equal. Okay, so next, that is a square has 4 right angles, and talking about right angles, we know that right angles are generally looks like L, or this part will be right angle. So this one is a right angle, this one is a right angle, this one is also a right angle, this one will also be a right angle. Okay, so it has 4 right angles and all parallel sides having equal measures. And talking about parallel sides, the parallel sides will be this one to this one, and this one will be the parallel of this one. So this is making a square. Okay, so these all are the properties of squares. Okay, so next, area on a grid. A grid has vertical and horizontal lines that form a square. Each square measures 1 square unit. Let's count how many squares the blue rectangle covers. So talking about grids, you guys will learn about the graph paper, and you guys, you have witnessed the graph paper in your real lives also. That looks like also a grid. So this is an example of grid where all of them are squares and having 1 square unit. That means the length will be 1 and the breadth will also be 1, or for the squares we call them sides. So all sides are of 1 unit. So their area will be 1 square unit. Okay. So talking about the grid, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has 7 as the length and 5 as the breadth. So this one is a rectangle. So if we place this like this in here, this one will be a very smaller one. So if you want to place it anywhere in this grid, and then you have been told to find the area of that figure itself, so it will be 7 into 5, that is 35 square units. Okay, so we will going to learn or discuss more of this about, but if you want to count this, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, and for the 5 parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it has 7 square unit in each the line, and it has 5 lines. So it will be 5 into 7, and the answer will be 35 square unit. Okay. So let's go again, that is area on a grid. There are 35 squares which we have already found out. Okay, this means that the rectangle has an area of 35 square unit. Okay, so this one has been done just by placing the figure in a grid, but we won't have the opportunity to place any figure on a grid because we don't carry graph paper or grid paper with us. So we have to learn some formulas as well. So next we are going to discuss about the formulas. Okay, so before discussing about the formulas, let's learn or understand the properties of a rectangle. That is, a rectangle has 4 sides. Obviously it has 4 sides. A rectangle has 4 right angles. Similarly, like square, it also has 4 rectangles, 4 right angles. Right angles measures like this or this, It's generally looks like an L. Okay. So, and the sides of a rectangle are known as length and width or breadth. So, talking about length and width, that is the bigger one is length and the smaller one is width. This one is like a quick generalization of length and width, but sometimes width can be bigger than the length as well. Okay. Next. So, area and perimeter. So, now we are going to learn about the formulas of area and perimeter. For square, the formula of a square of area will be side into side, and the area and the perimeter of a square is 4 into side. Okay. And talking about what does that area and perimeter means, area means the whole inside part and perimeter is the border. Okay. The next one, that is, let's find the area and perimeter of this square field. So, we know the formula of area, that is side into side, and if 12 meter is being given as the sides of the square, so the area will be 12 into 12, and after calculating them it will be 144 square meter. And talking about the perimeter, the formula of the perimeter is 4 into side, and side is being given as 12 meter. So, the perimeter will be 4 into 12, that is 48 meter. Okay. Pretty much easier one. Okay. So, let us go next. Now, we are going to learn about the area and perimeter of a rectangle, and the formula says that area of a rectangle will be length into width and the perimeter will be 2 into length plus width. Okay. So, here the into sign has not been given, so we have to multiply it with the sum of length and width. Okay. The next one. So, let us find the area and perimeter of this basketball court. So, the area of a basketball court whose length is being given as 15 and the width is 11. So, the area will be 15 into 11, that is 165 square meter. And talking about the perimeter, the formula says that it is 2 into length plus width. So, 15 plus 11 is 26. So, the perimeter will be 26 into 2, that is 52 meter. Okay, it is being done. So, now let us watch a video that what we have learned, that is so just watch the video that how can we find the area of an irregular figure, so that the further slides can be easier to understand. Okay. So from this video we have learned that how can we find the area and perimeter for an irregular figure. So for the perimeter we have to just place it in a grid or in a graph paper, and then we have to find them the perimeter that will be 1 centimeter each in the each places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the 3 will be the area and the perimeter will be the sum of the length. Okay, for like this case it will be 1 and for it will be 7 to the whole figure. Okay, the next. So let's go further, that is what task required measuring the perimeter of a square and rectangle. So this one is like a mid discussion or brainstorming period, like. So in what real life situation do you need to measure the area of a square and the rectangle? So tell me, what are the real life situations where you have to measure the area and the square of a rectangle? For me, if you want to measure this cube, you have to measure the area and the rectangle of this cube to find for a square, to find the whole cube's area and the rectangle. Okay, so there are so many real life examples like buying a property, okay, or to measuring a field for playing purpose, and there are so many aspects where we have to measure the area and perimeter of any real life objects like a playing field or playground. Okay, and to measure the area and perimeter of a square or a rectangle, the tasks are required. First we have to measure their sides or length or width. Okay, the next one, that is applying area and perimeter work in pairs in solving the following word problems. Okay, so the word problems are: a rectangular field shown is 310 feet long and 250 feet wide. What is its area? So to find this we have to measure the area, and the formula of measuring the area of a rectangular field will be length into breadth. So it will be 310 into 250, and after calculating it you will be able to find the area of a rectangular field. And the next one is a door is 160 centimeter long and 80 centimeter wide. Find its perimeter. So to find this, the formula will be 2 into length plus breadth, that will be 160 plus 80. Okay, so after calculating this you will also able to find the perimeter of this as well. Next, yes, they have also done it like this. The area will be 77,500 square feet. The rectangular field has an area of this, and for this the door has a perimeter of 480 centimeter. Okay, the next one. Now we will going to learn about the perimeter of an equilateral triangle. So for the case of equilateral triangle, the equilateral triangle just assume it as a equilateral triangle, though this one is not an equilateral, this one is an isosceles. So for the equilateral triangles, what do we guys know? That equilateral triangle has equal sides in 3 equal sides, and those equal sides measure as the angle, that is 60 degree. Okay, so an equilateral triangle has 3 equal sides, 3 equal angles, and all the angles are 60 degree. Okay. The next thing, that is area versus perimeter, or area and the perimeter. the area will be root 3 into side sides, root 3 into side, sorry, this one has been written a little bit wrong, that is the area will be root 3 by 4 into side square, and the perimeter will be 3 side plus side plus side, or in short we can tell them that is 3 into side. Okay, so this one are the formulas of equilateral triangles, area and perimeter. Okay, let's go next, that is let's find the area and perimeter of a basketball court which is looking like this. So the area will be root 3 into side square by 4 square meter. Okay, so from the formula currently we have the sides as the 5 meter, so it will be root 3 into 5 square by 4 square meter, so it will be 25 root 3 by 4 square meter. And the perimeter will be 3 into 5, that is 15 meter. Okay. The next one, that is applying the area and perimeter work in pairs in solving the following word problems. Okay, so for these two word problems we have two shapes which looks like an equilateral triangle who has their side as 8 centimeter, 8.5 centimeter, and this one is the side of length as 27 meter. So for the 27 meter, the area will be root 3 by 4 into 27 into 27. Okay, and it will be root 3 by 4 into 8.5 into 8.5. The square of the side we can write like this, and the perimeter will be 3 into 27 for this case, and it will be 3 into 8.5 for this case. Okay, so it should be done like this, and after calculating this we will able to find the area and perimeter of these two figures. Okay, let's go next. Okay, the first one will be perimeter, that is 3 into side, that is 81, and for this case area of this perimeter, it's being told that for the first case it's the only perimeter, and for the second case it's the area. So, and similarly the area can be found like this, like root 3 by 4 into 27 square. Okay, and they have found it like this, like 8.5 square into root 3 by 4, and the founded part will be looking like this, that is 72.25 root 3 by 4. Okay. The next one, that is, it's a recap that remember the following formulas in finding the area and perimeter of a square. That is, area of a square this is a general reminder or the recap, that is side into side, and perimeter of a square is 4 into side. Okay, and area of a rectangle's formula, that is length into width, and the perimeter will be 2 into length plus width. Okay. The next, area of a rectangle is root 3 into side square by 4, or root 3 by 4 into side square, and the perimeter of a rectangle will be 3 into sides. Okay, good job, you have learned about the area and perimeter of a square and rectangle, and now we will going to show some simulation topic as well. Okay, so first see the simulations of area. So this one is by how we can find the area and perimeter by watching the simulations. Okay, so let's play it from here. So we have a figure which is the four sides are equal as 1, and for this case you have to check that what will be the area and what will be the perimeter. For us, we know as the formula is square into side, so the area will be 1 into 1 is 1, and the perimeter will be 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. The next one is, if I add another to make it a rectangle, and it will be looking like this. So 1 plus 1 will be 2 and 1 plus 1 will be 2. So 2 will be the length and the breadth will be 1 plus 1, that will be, and the perimeter will be 2 plus 1 into 2, that is 3. So the perimeter of this figure will be 2 into length plus breadth equals to 6, and the area will be 2 into 1 equals to 2. Okay. So if I add some more of it, to make it look like an rectilinear figure. So you can see, if we add all of them, we can find the perimeter, that will be 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1, and it will be 20. And the area of this figure will be, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks of having area of 1 square meter. So 8 into 1, that will be area of 8 square meter. Okay, done. So let's go further and watch a video. Okay, so though this one is not included in your syllabus, but just learn that how can we find the perimeter of a parallelogram. Okay, so first watch the video. So we have also learned that how can we find the perimeter of a parallelogram, and for this case the same rule applied to it as well. These two lines will be parallel to each other, and these two lines are parallel to each other, and they will be having same amount of length. Okay, so if we just add them, if not, then though we have to add all the boundaries to find the perimeter of a parallelogram or any quadrilateral. Okay, so let's go next. that is, now we will have to do some practices. Okay, for the first case, that is, find the perimeter of a rectangle with length 15 centimeter and the breadth as 10 centimeter. So to find the perimeter, we have to write the formula of the perimeter, that is 2 into length plus breadth. Okay, so it will be 2 into 15 plus 10, 2 into 25 equals to 50 centimeter. Done. Okay. Next, yes, they have done it just like this. Okay. The next one, that is, you have to tell me that a square has a side of 8 centimeter. What is its area? So for us, if this one is a square having 8 centimeter of sides, the formula to find the area of a square is side square, or we can write it like side into side. So it has side of 8, so it will be 8 into 8, and the answer will be 64 centimeter square. Okay. The next one, yes, so the area of the side will be 64 centimeter square. The next one, that is, the length of a rectangle is 12 centimeter and its area is 72 centimeter square. Find its breadth, or find the breadth. Okay, so this one is the harder one, like comparing to the previous ones. Okay, so we know that, so we have to write it like, we know that area of a rectangle is length into breadth, where length equals to 12 is given. So the breadth will be, क्या होगा? It will be area by length. So it will be 72 by 12, and 6 will be the final answer. So 6 centimeter will be the final answer. Okay. So now if you want to cross check this, so 12 into 6 is 72, and 72 by 12 will be 6. Okay. Yes, they have just done it like this. Okay. Now the next one, the side of a triangle is 12 centimeter. Find its perimeter. So a triangle side is 12 centimeter, and I don't have to call that this one will be a equilateral triangle, because only one side is being given, that is 12 centimeter. So all the sides will be 12 centimeter as well, because this one is an equilateral triangle. So we have to find the perimeter. The formula will be 3 into side. So it will be 3 into 12, that is 36 centimeter. Okay. Yes, they have just done it like this. Okay. Let's go further. That is, now we will go for some higher level of question. A triangular park has a base of 20 meter and height of 12 meter. What its area? Okay. So to find the area, we have to learn a formula, that is area of a triangle will be half into base into height. So here base is given as 20 meter and height is given as 12 meter. So it will be 20 into 6, cos we can cancel 12 by 2. So it will be 120 meter square. Okay, done. Yes, the solution will be base into height by 2 or half into base into height. So the answer will be 120 meter square. The next one, find the perimeter of a square whose side is 7 centimeter. So we have to find perimeter of a square whose sides are 7 centimeter each. So for this case, the perimeter will be 4 into side and it will be 28 centimeter. Okay, this one. 4 into side is the formula of a perimeter of a square and it will be 28 centimeter. Okay, done. The next one, yes, they have done it like this. The next one, that is a rectangle has a length of 20 meter and width of 5 meter. What its perimeter? So from the formula, the perimeter will be 2 into length plus breadth. So it will be 2 into 20 plus 5 equals to 2 into 25 equals to 50 centimeter. Okay. The next one, that is a rectangle. Okay, they have already done the solution here. A rectangle has a length of 20 meter and the width of 5 meter. What its perimeter? Yes, we have done it like this in the previous. Now the area of a square is 81 centimeter square. What is the length of one side? So here we have to write, we know that area of a square is side into side. Okay, so the side, the formula of side, if we reverse this, so it will be root over of area. Okay, so here the side will be root over of 81. And I know that maybe you guys are wondering what does this root over means. That the concept of root over is in the class 6 in your class as well. Okay, so it will be 9 into 9 equals to 9. If you want to learn more about the root overs, just check the videos of square and square roots. Then you will going to learn about that how root over works and why. You guys just keep in mind that we know that 81 is equals to 9 into 9, and from this we can tell that side of the square will be 9. Okay, you can reverse check this by checking it with 9 into 9, and we know that the answer will be 81. Okay. Now the next one, that is the area of a square, yes, they have done it like this completely, and yes, they have also used the root over that, and the final answer will be 9. The next one, that is the perimeter of a rectangular field is 150 meter. If the length is 50 meter, what is the breadth? So from the formula we know that perimeter is equals to 2 into length plus breadth. If we distribute 2 with length and breadth, we can find 2 into length equals to 2 into breadth. And here the length is being given and also perimeter is also being given. So it will be 150 equals to 2 into 50 plus 2 into breadth. Okay. So from this formula we can find the breadth by subtracting the 100 that comes multiplying the length with the 2, and can distribute the 2 or can make 2 divide this one as well. So we will have the answer or the breadth as 25. Okay. Yes, they have also done it like this. Okay. So 25 is having the answer. The next one, that is the area of a triangular field is 25 root 3. Find length of the each side. So from the formula we know that the area is root 3 by 4 into side square. Okay. So calculate the length of each of the side. Okay. And for a triangular field, so it will be the side or the length will be like the same thing. Okay, so we are having it as 25 root 3 equals to side square by 4 into root 3. So root 3 and root 3 will get eliminated and we will have side square equals to 100. So from this point we can find the side equals to root over 100 and the answer will be 10. So 10 meter will be the answer. Okay. Yes, they have done it like this as well. Okay, they have also cancelled root 3 in both of the cases and found the length, that is 10 centimeter. Okay guys, so that's it. That's the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Stay tuned with for the next classes as well. Okay, see you in the next class. Bye.